After about a year of using that lawnmower cart and the sidecar, we realized it's just grossly deficient with no suspension, and we decided we just don't want to make another modified riding lawnmower. We got to come up with a different base. What could we use that would be better than a riding lawnmower, readily available and inexpensive? So as we discussed different things, somebody said, how about a golf cart? And most of us don't golf, including myself. But we've seen them, golf carts all over the golf course. So we said, let's check it out. Made some phone calls, found out there's a big place in Fort Worth called Metro Golf Carts. They had kind of like a junkyard of old golf carts, and they were interested in what we were doing. And so 3 or 4 of us got in a van and went out to Metro Golf Carts, met the owner, and the shop manager was very interested in helping us. And he showed us his junkyard of golf carts and said, here's one, this green one, it's gasoline powered, called a workhorse, a little heavier than your average golf cart. And then electric ones, lots of electric ones. And we thought, well, I don't know, we gotta buy $1,500 worth of batteries just to get an electric one to work. Let's start with a gas one. So we bought a workhorse, E-Z-GO makes it, so an E-Z-GO gasoline powered golf cart. It's the little heavier duty version called a workhorse. And it took us about a year, and I'll show you what we came up with. So this is what we came up with. Thing 3, a modified gasoline-powered, once was a golf cart. So to make this effective in hauling 2 people in wheelchairs, one the driver, one the passenger, we had to cut it in half basically down the middle, make it wider. We cut the axle, the front made it wider. We put spacers on the back wheels to bring them out. And then the length, that was way too short to fit a wheelchair in, so we had to cut it and lengthen it. Put hand controls, gauges, and this side rail safety thing wasn't on her at first. We have lots of tie downs from the floor, from the brackets, and seatbelt arrangement, but even with all that, the parents would see their child go off on a ride, and without these side rails think, oh, my kid's going to fall off. It just looked dangerous, so we put these on. It goes 2 inches off the ground, so you really don't even need a ramp. You can bump right in your wheelchair, but it serves as a gentle ramp. So let me show you how it's gotten into service from someone in a wheelchair, and then we'll talk about the specific things. So it would be this way after it's being used, because the driver would have to drop it down, lower the gate, and then roll off. So now let's assume the driver rolls up and he wants to use this thing. So the first thing is to turn this on. So I can reach in here and from a wheelchair turn on the 2 switches. So the battery packs are now on. And there's power. So I can roll on in my wheelchair, push this lever, and I'll stay off it so I can explain the rest. Got a linear actuator on the front, holds the ramp guardrail up. So with that up, I'll be in it in my chair, then tie the chair down with the various hold downs. And then we've got 2 switches, one's for the front. As soon as the pressure drops a little, that air compressor comes on, that's the noise. And the other switch is for the back. We're now 8 inches up, and we can drive off. When the compressor reaches pressure, it shuts off, but I'll have an override here, so I'll shut it off. So now let's look at some of the specifics that we did to make this happen. Okay, now here's the favorite part of all our passengers. They get on, and this air suspension is a lot of fun. So I'll hold the button with my finger, and you'll see we've got 4 air shocks. And we're up 8 inches. Here's what our dashboard looks like. Down lower we have main air pressure in our tank, line pressure. Up here's our gas gauge. This vehicle came with its own gas gauge and tank sender, pretty nice. Here's the control for the ramp on the driver's side. That turns our AC compressor on. Here's our air for the back 4 shocks, and this monitors that pressure. Here's air for the front shocks. That monitors that. Over here is our on-off engine start button. And then we ran the linkage longer to put the manual shifter up here. So we have forward, neutral, and reverse. And then the switch on this side operates the gate on the right for the passenger. During our first event in giving children in wheelchairs rides, something happened which we never thought of, and that's the parents or the caregivers or the siblings or all 3 want to come along too. So they'd pile in the back and sit across this unpadded ledge. So when we came back from that event, we said, well, let's put a seat here. So we took some of the smaller seats off a golf cart in the back and made a seat area for the passengers. And then, of course, you can see our safety feature. We have added fire extinguisher just to be extra safe. One of our other safety features are these unique tie-downs. We found one that's a spring-loaded ratchet, so when you release it, you can get the right amount out, hook it on the gate, and then ratchet it tight, release it when you're done with the ride and unhook it, but then it doesn't tangle. It comes in by itself, and it solves that laying on the ground, always getting run over and mutilated. So this has been a really great device, and we've added that on all of our carts. Here you can see our engine compartment. This one is a 2-cylinder engine, which we found out later was rather unusual. Most golf carts have only a single cylinder. Because it was the workhorse industrial model, we got a more powerful engine out of the deal. It's got your basic variable belt drive. Here's our compressor. Behind that we have our 2 jump boxes that serve as a dual battery system, so one can fail and we can still have another one. It's got the main disconnect setup. When you turn the switch, the little green lights come on. It has a built-in battery indicator. Charger's built in, so we can plug them in, automatically charge them. And then to make it extra easy, if a battery pack fails during an event, we soldered on these disconnects on both of them and on our auxiliary. So we just disconnect a bungee strap. We can pull the battery box out and then install another one. Now I know you people that are looking at this are saying, what is that gadget over there? So we're going to zoom in and we'll show you what that's all about. So this gadget is a gas gauge sending unit. And it's an unfinished prototype to help us with the problem of, are we up all the way or almost all the way when we get a heavy person in a heavy electric wheelchair and 3 passengers on the back. It's a different pounds of pressure rating to lift it than with only 1 person. And as a driver in a wheelchair, I thought an easy way to turn around and look at this thing one of the struggles with our drivers is I'm not sure I'm up all the way and they're waiting, and should I go to 140 pounds or maybe 120 is fine. So this idea was, hey, let's put gas sending units connected to the axles. When the axle's up all the way, the gauge will say full. When it's halfway, it'll say half. When it's down, it'll say empty. So we fiddled with it a little. It almost works right, and it's not quite done. So that's what that is going to be, our level sensor. This cart was really a success, and it thrust us into a whole new era with the Innovation Institute, and that was giving rides to other people who are in wheelchairs. And the handling was pretty good. The steering effort's still kind of high. Brakes, fair. It has a very small 6-inch rear brakes only. Suspension, great. You can adjust the air to get a softer ride as you want with however many people you got on there, or lack of people. And the size, it was something to get used to. This thing's huge. It presented a whole new problem in trailering, bringing this to an event that takes up the whole trailer. But we were convinced we were onto something. And giving the Craftsman a chance to work is wonderful. Do something unique and creative is great. But to actually use that thing to serve others was the home run. So we decided we need to build more of this type of thing, and do more events where we can get people who've never experienced off-road recreation a chance to do that.